Welcome back to Models and Agents, episode FITF3 for May 19th, 2026. Your daily AI briefing. Another day, another round of AI developments. Let's break it down. Anthropic's acquisition of StainlessAPI hands developers cleaner SDKs and MCP server tooling for building production agents today. The acquisition centers on a platform that has powered every Anthropic SDK since the API first launched. StainlessAPI also supplies the model context protocol servers that many current agent frameworks depend on. Until now, the service ran independently and served multiple labs. The deal brings that expertise inside Anthropic for tighter integration with Claude models. Developers can expect quicker updates to endpoints and more complete MCP server examples in the months ahead. The move also shows Anthropic pushing further into the infrastructure layer between models and production use. On the model side, Alibaba released early previews of updated Qwen systems. These checkpoints currently sit at the top of the Chinese entries on the LMSYS Arena leaderboard. The focus is on stronger reasoning and tool use performance. Teams looking for competitive open-weight options at lower cost than frontier APIs should test the new releases once they appear on Hugging Face. Circle introduced an agent stack that lets autonomous agents handle payments directly over stablecoin rails. The toolkit supplies wallet primitives, policy controls, and on-chain verification steps built for agent-to-agent transactions. Builders can try the stack in sandbox environments without setting up full banking connections. Messari reported that Solana-based AI agents generated measurable on-chain activity during the first quarter of 2026. The numbers include transaction volume and smart contract interactions that go beyond simple token swaps. Builders exploring blockchain agents can review the reported patterns to set realistic throughput expectations for more complex DeFi workflows. MarkTech Post published a ranked comparison of 10 enterprise agent platforms for 2026. The list covers Salesforce Agentforce, Microsoft Copilot Studio, ServiceNow, and LangGraph, along with verified pricing and adoption figures. The report flags concrete governance limits and integration overhead that teams face when moving pilots into production. MarkTech Post also released a tutorial for building a multi-role agent pipeline with the OpenAI API. The guide separates planner, executor, and critic components and adds structured tool calling plus memory. It includes a hidden terminal pattern for API key handling and shows how to wire the roles into one loop. Developers can follow the code to prototype agents that keep strategy separate from execution without heavy framework dependencies. A practitioner on the machine learning subreddit shared 3 production-oriented projects for portfolios. The projects are RDAB for agent benchmarking, CostGuard for reliability and cost tracking, and Tether for trace replay. The discussion centers on framing the work around whether cheaper models can replace expensive ones without quality loss. Readers can review the thread for concrete advice on README structure and demo priorities when targeting LLM infrastructure roles. Okay, let's pop the hood on skill library scaling in agent systems. Performance does not improve just by swapping in stronger models or adding more tools. 2 tightly coupled scaling laws govern whether results rise or collapse as the library grows. The routing law shows single-step accuracy decaying logarithmically with library size. Errors shift from local competition to cross-family drift and eventual capture by overly general black hole skills. The execution law shows that joint routing behaves multiplicatively before state realization. Correct execution can still rescue difficult downstream decisions by roughly 4 times. A single parameter, the routing logarithmic decay slope, predicts both pre-execution collapse and later recoverability across 15 frontier models and 1,141 real skills. Law-guided optimization raised held-out routing accuracy from 71.3% to 91.7%. It also cut hijacking from 22.4% to 4.1%. The gains transferred to ClawBench and ClawMark. When libraries exceed a few hundred entries, teams should apply explicit routing policies and periodic skill pruning. Without those steps, silent degradation appears only after deployment. If you need strong, open-weight performance at lower cost than frontier APIs, test the new Qwen preview checkpoints on tool use tasks this week. Prototype a payment-enabled agent with Circles Stack to explore stablecoin settlement flows without a full banking setup. Run the MarkTech Post agent tutorial with your own tools to separate planner, executor, and critic roles before adding heavier frameworks. Review the skill library scaling paper and apply the routing decay slope metric to any agent you maintain with growing tool sets. Compare LangGraph against the enterprise platforms listed in the MarkTech Post guide if you are evaluating production orchestration options. Google I/O 2026 is locked in, with DeepMind leadership signaling major model and agent announcements. More trend preview checkpoints are expected after Alibaba's recent Arena gains. Additional RxI releases on agent benchmarks such as KeyBench and PQR are likely in the coming weeks. Tomorrow, keep an eye on the next round of Qwen checkpoints and any early Google I/O details that surface. That wraps up today's AI briefing. Share this with a developer or builder who wants to stay current. Subscribe wherever you listen. See you tomorrow. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.